Hi, Scott Orlin with Cinema Magazine. I am here with probably one of the greatest auteurs working in film today, Kenneth Branagh. The project is Murder on the Orient Express. Now, a lot of people go, oh, well, you know, looking back on the film that was in the 1970s, they forget there was a book.
Yes. Yeah. Agatha Christie's probably her most famous story. It's a wonderful title, and it takes you into the glamour and the winter of the Orient, and probably the book in which she produced the most suspects. It's probably 15 people at the center of the story, 12 apostle-like potential suspects to solve the murder of this dead man on the train trapped in the snow. For me, irresistible.
What is it about confined spaces that makes us anxious? Because as an audience, we're watching this and all the elements and the layers of the mystery just compound it.
Well, that feeling of being trapped makes us breathe more shallowly. We literally get less oxygen to the brain. You know, there's situations in which people do odd things and behave oddly. You know that feeling of people at the top of high buildings, and somehow the mind is going, wouldn't it be awful if I jumped? And you think, well, of course I'm not going to jump, and yet the mind plays with you. You get stuck on a train with 12 people, one of whom might murder you shortly. It's going to increase that situation. And we tried every which way we could with the camera, including, for instance, when we discover the body, we go high above the action, and we don't let the audience see that body, just like the characters on the train. Everything we tried to do, as you were indicating, was about making the audience have an experience of this that's beyond, drawing room mystery, and makes the heart beat a bit quicker.
Now, not only did you decide to direct this movie, you took on probably the most iconic character in the movie. How creatively intriguing was it for you to have to go back and forth to measure your own performance?
Willem Dafoe said, look, Poirot directs the case, you're directing the movie. It's simple. The key was preparation. I just practiced that accent and worked with that moustache for months and months and months. I knew I had to be really, really ready with what I was going to do, or at least start to do, because it was always going to be changed by what the others did, so that I could be helpful to them. So, but detectives and directors, they look for the truth. You're sitting like we are now, and you're looking at people and really trying to see whether there's a fib or the truth. And you look like Poirot, and you look also like the director. There was a sort of symbiotic thing there that worked for this. But the key was getting to the start line as prepared as you could.
You mentioned the mustache, so I don't want to talk about his mustache. When did you grow your first mustache?
I got very excited about 17 that there was any kind of facial hair happening. It didn't happen in any elegant kind of place. It was a bit here, a bit there. I had that kind of feathery thing. So I don't know if I can say this on you in front of you. Bum fluff was what it used to be called back where I came from, and so it was pretty fair and downy, and it took a long time before it became a mustache. Way into my early 20s.
I always used a comparison of a director as almost like a chef, and he's preparing this amazing meal, but it's the ingredients that he puts in the meal that are going to make it tasty or not tasty. You have the most incredible ingredients that you're using in this meal with this cast. Was there ever, I hate to use the word intimidation factor, but were you ever in awe of what you have gathered in front of you?
There was a moment when I felt a kind of both moved and a little scared, which is I'm inside the train. There's only me inside the train because I've got all the crew to get off because we're about to shoot our first scene with the entire cast and so they're meeting for the first time at the bottom of the stairs, just in a little area not much bigger than this. And I looked, I'm inside and it's lit and I'm on my own, and I can see them and I can't hear what they're saying, but I can see they're all shy and they're all sort of, people are practically curtsying in front of Judi Dench, and and Johnny's giving Penelope a hug they've met before, but I could tell there was real nervousness there, excitement. And then so they said, right, off we go. Michelle Pfeiffer's the first one to come up the stairs. I say hello. She's crying. I said, oh no, what's wrong? She said, I just met Judi Dench. And so I have to lead her to the seat. They're crikey, if they're all going to be like this. And then Depp's the last one on because he's sitting down and he said, wow, man. Wow. He said, I've never been in company like this before. And then my job was to take the deep breath, which was, Christ, now what do I do? And go, you know what? We're not going to rehearse the next scene. We're just going to, everybody ready? Have a drink and action. And so we went for it.
Kenneth, I can't thank you enough. Really appreciate it. And this is Scott Orlin. Till next time.